All right. This is my 54th video. Uh, so you've seen a lot of video the couple few days. As I said, I understand that there'll be a time where I won't be able to make those videos, and so I will continuously make as many as I can until I can. And I understand that making those videos won't change the end result, but I want to go this way in regard of from day one, not let them think that this is something I'll ever subscribe to. Because as a target individual, you are forced to accept these manipulations as you. They really try to gaslight you into accepting these things. They torture you literally in different ways to make you accept this and make you feel guilty for this this manipulation. And so the reason why I make videos is not only to make sure I provide insight about my targeting, but also to let the target individual understand they will manipulate you. There will be some manipulation of all sorts. Some will be as obvious as it gets, and they'll still try to manipulate you into accepting this as if it's you. You just gotta be strong. You gotta understand that uh, this is what they do, and you hear these target individuals talk about as soon as you just put things in perspective, they go into the torture, or they're gonna I'm gonna watch you being tortured and all this. And I always ask myself and ask them, it's like, have you seen yourself die? Do you know how you're gonna die? Okay, you don't know that part, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Nothing is free. Now continue to do what you do. I hope you live a long, healthy life doing these things to people. But I can reassure you that I will not let you live your fantasy. You will do your thing, knowing that I personally never subscribe to your manipulation, and I will always call you out for the manipulation. And thank God that I never had to live the life that this bottom feeders live. Today, in this video, in this 54th video, is about how like your whole ecosystem is involved. So I'm currently employed. Of course, at this point, when you're employed as a target individual, your coworkers are going to be involved in the torture, right? I just got, they do things to make sure that you know that they're involved. I knew the day I got hired by this employer that they're involved in my targeting. Now I know they're not the people involved in they're not the people who put me in this program. They're not the employer who initially put me in the program. But wherever I'm gonna go forward, because of my initial employer putting me in this program, all my employers will be involved in this. They will all be participating in this. This is what happens when you're a target individual. You end up finding yourself being around people who will continuously be involved in that. And they will try to make you accept, degrade you in every way, and make you accept this disturbingness. I just got off I was in a meeting, and you hear this target individual try to say that, when I have these videos I make, I know they watch it. I know they watch me. They're involved in it, in this program that I mean, like I'm being tortured in, and so I can hear them say like, I have these moments where I have reality checks. What are reality checks to me? Reality checks are moments where I put things in perspective. I'm isolated. I'm by myself. And so isolation makes it even harder for you to maintain reality, which in this case is these people are manipulating you and doing things to you and creating perceptions and other things, stimulation of all sorts, and want you to accept those as if it's you. They're gonna repeat things over and over. They're gonna do the noise campaign. They're gonna do the theatrics in order for you to accept these things as if it's you. You hear them say, we're basically saying you are a pedophile. When in reality, they're forcing you to have these pedophilia sensations. Manipulations. They're gonna use the different tone of voices. They're gonna try to sell this. They're gonna try to sell this as if it's you. They're going to act accordingly. The goal is to force you to accept it. Torture is also included. Then they're going to use the warnings of torture. They're going to try to disorient you as much as they can so you can accept this thing. That's why I make reality checks. And that's why I make those testimonies, because target individuals, I know that these tactics are used on others. I'm going to give you an example. This is not too long ago. I was in a meeting, and this is a virtual meetings. And in the meetings, uh, I have my coworkers. One of my coworkers has something on like a picture that you can barely see. That picture, you see a female individual, can barely see with that person. You can see that person holding something. You're not sure. I cannot describe you how this person looks like on this image, but I get stimulation, sexual stimulations. Not knowing how to even describe this person, they create stimulation, sexual stimulations on like this. They can make you feel sexual stimulations on a sexual arousal on anything. They can make you feel aroused on anything. And then they're gonna try to make you convince you. It's like, oh, you see, wow, wow, what's that? Oh, that's proof. They're gonna really try to convince you, and consistently gonna systematically try to make you accept this as if it's you. They're gonna disorient you. They're gonna try to make you accept this as you. They're gonna do everything possible for you to accept this. Obviously, I've said it many times. I know this is them. Matter of fact, I immediately when I feel this, it's like, oh, what's going on? If you make me feel this way, and I can recognize those false sensations now, like quickly, I'm just like, oh, that's something's happening. So why is it happening? Most likely it's because there's somebody underage. When I feel this, it's like, ooh, is this some underage person? Sometimes they do that on adults, but usually it's to degrade me toward and make me feel something toward a child or a teenager. So I asked my coworker, hey, who is that person on this image? Now they go through a story where this is somebody who's older than them, and they were somebody special in their life, right? And this individual is an adult, is a colleague. And I'm like, okay, so this person is older than my colleague. So why would that individual have picture of what somebody might? I mean, at this point, I haven't seen the picture clearly. It's like, why would they do this to me? I mean, why would this person have pictures of somebody who might be a teenager when they're an adult, and this person says that the person on this picture is somebody older than them, and they look up to them, right? It's an older man. It's perhaps almost like a mentor to them, somebody that kind of helped them be get raised, right? Who looked over them, and is older than them. Why would you have a picture of the person who's older than you when they're teenagers on this in this place on this object? This is an object. It doesn't make sense in the first place. Why would you even have a teenager picture of a teenager when this person is older than you? Won't you have a picture of them when they're adults? And this is not like an old thing they have. That's something they obviously, it couldn't be like, it's probably got a couple years ago. So why do you have this picture on this? So it makes no sense. So at that point, it's like, first of all, I'll get this false stimulation, then this image of this person, and you don't know, like, and so I'm like, okay, this is bizarre. Then this person slowly, now I can see the picture a little bit better. Not enough though. I'm trying, like, is this virtual? So they have an object that they using, and I'm looking at this object. I'm trying to look at it because they're giving me stimulations. Like, why are they giving me stimulation? Is this like an underage person? I get a glance of it, and it's not long. It's not enough for me to be able to process what I'm seeing, to be able to tell how old this person is. It can go either way. This person looks young, but I'm trying to like see clearly. I can't. And then with the little I see, oh my gosh, they create different perception. Do you understand? They can create perceptions of all kind of things. That's the most disgusting. There's a reality, there's what you see and what's actually there. They can make you imagine and perceive things in the most sexual way. They've done that to obvious children, kids that you can see, like babies as young as 9 years old, in a sexual way. They made me, I'll make a video about this, but they made me look at a 9 year old. She knows she's nine, and you feel this disturbing perception of this child. Not too long ago that happened. So these people that you can barely see, you don't know if it's a picture of them when they're teenagers or like maybe adults. You don't have a clear view of them. Oh, they do all kind of things. And so this you hear then those perps try to make noise campaign. Oh, we caught them. We got him. You understand? And they really acted accordingly. We caught them. This is pretty okay. You hear noise campaign outside, people being honking. It's like you caught what you stimulate me. And I tried to take a picture of that person. He dropped the thing, immediately looked away. I was like, oh my gosh, because when I take picture of whatever they try to stimulate me, it put things back in, not even put, but at least I can be like, listen, this is what they're trying to make me look at in this way. Now, this person will never make me stimulated the way I was stimulated. Never. Even if that person was an adult. I know they falsified the stimulation. And even what now they're doing is like, no, I will not be stimulated. I'm sorry, not to say this is the ugly person, but I will not get stimulation. I'm getting something forced to look to perceive this in a sexual way. Let me show you how obvious this thing. Let me show you how first of all perceptions are manipulated. I've already given a snippet of it, but I just want to say that whatever I'm experiencing is not new. They create perceptions and thoughts, and they want you to accept those as if it's you. For example, here, listen to this. I also experience what is referred to as malodorance. This is the alteration of the smell sensation. But that's not this one. Let me, oh, here. This involves the projection of voices, noises, and music directly into my mind to communicate with me in real time and at the speed of thought. And it also includes the manipulation of thoughts, emotions, and perceptions in the person's mind. And she continues and says the perceptions are usually very perverted, sexual, and sometimes they do that toward adults. You can feel it, but like listen, if they do that to adults, it's okay. I'm not gonna lie. I had perception of adult women in a sexual way. I'm not a saint, but when it's falsified. For example, this will not give me any sexual perception. Not like that. What? It's just so obvious that it's forced. It's so obvious. It's just so obvious. Like I can't even barely see who that person is, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, like this, just too much. It's just too forced. I know, regardless if this person is actually an adult. But usually, when they force me to have this perception, usually most of the time, it's because they're underage. Now I wanted to take a picture. I wanted to, show like, but I took a picture, but the guy dropped the thing, and you can see his face. He has a little bit of doesn't want to be seen. But this is the things that they want you to accept. And just to let you know, the fact that the coworkers are involved in this is just the norm too. Listen to this woman. Kind of crazy stuff to her jobs, and it really starts to wear you down after a while. Um, you really start to feel like you've had enough. Everything that used to feel real all of a sudden feels manipulated. Um, this woman talks about her coworker. Let me just play this again. They started saying all kind of crazy stuff to her jobs, and it really starts to wear you down. So in this video, she talks about how everything around you, your coworkers, your neighbors, everybody is forcing you to. They're just doing things to kind of make you lose your mind. And so you got to be strong. That something's not normal here. They're gonna try to get you to accept this. Now with me, they tell me, oh, they're gonna frame me. They just call me like, oh, it's like acting like it's just obvious. To do the noise campaign with me is the irony of everything here is my perks, my neighbors. Is a trash thing right next to me, and to make some noise campaign, they take the garbage and throw in the trash, and they bang the door, right? And to me, I'm looking at it as like this is also like a metaphor of these people's life. These people are trash. You go do your trash thing. You are trash. They don't even see it. It's like this is what I say. Like I've never been more God believing in God more than ever. more than ever. Because these people who wants me to subscribe to this manipulation that are just obvious manipulation. My mind now, this person, they are creating all kind of perception in a stimulating way, make me think in a way about her in a sexual. Imagine they do that to a 9-year old. So this person who either is a teenager or an adult, well, that I can't even really tell, and I can barely like, they can do whatever. They can do whatever. That's why I want to take a picture of this person, because when I see them and see, okay, this is a teenager, look how they try to manipulate them. So that's why I'm making these reality checks. That's why I make these uh, videos, these testimonies. As I'm saying that, they're doing things to my stomach, because as I'm saying that, they want to squeeze and hurt me because I'm saying things they don't want to hear. So I'm gonna say that before my last breath, I will never let them live their fantasy. Yes, I'll cry because I'm in pain. Yes, I'll scream, but I'll never subscribe. You guys are a bunch of pedophiles. You wanted me to subscribe to this pedophilia type of thing. I'm not subscribing to it. You are here saying you caught. No. You want me to subscribe to your pedophilia things. That's why you stimulate me toward people of all sorts. And then you want me to subscribe to this. So I know these people, like, they look at me, it's like, obviously the result is gonna be the same. But I'm not gonna give that satisfaction they were looking for. I'm sorry. Once again, I know that you guys do these things. And they're trying to say, but remember that person, like, they try to go into that's what I'm saying. Like, in front of me, it's funny. Somebody came and delivered some food, right? And I looked at that person immediately for what they were part of. And these people got mad. It's like, oh, we're gonna watch you get castrated. It's like, okay, torture and all that. This is that. I'm gonna get castrated, tortured by people who work for pedophiles. And I didn't subscribe to this thing. So yes, this is gonna be a horrible, painful death, according to them, or regardless. But are they gonna live a happy death? Are they gonna have a happy death, a comfortable death? I'll be more scared doing what they do than living this life. Because I'm not even subscribing. I was like, obviously, let me tell you, that's how obvious it is. That's why they hate it. They tell me I'm gonna cry, gonna scream. It's like, okay, and I'm not gonna subscribe to this manipulation. I'm never gonna identify to the things that I can obviously tell that this is manipulated. I was aware of it before it even happened. Before I was able to see that person, I was getting stimulated. I start asking questions about this person. He goes on and tells me this person is older than them, just like a mentor to them, and something like that. Then I get a better look at the picture, which is it was quick. I want to take a picture. Now, because I was like looking at the picture, like the first, it's hard to even just try to guess. But now I'm getting forced to see this person in a sexual way, stimulating way, which is what they do. They do that to a 9-year old. I have pictures of a 9-year old. They force me to look at it in a sexual way. So this person is even, and mind you, this is a person who supposedly is older than them. They are somebody in their adulthood, young adult, in the mid 20s or so. Why you in the mid 20s have a picture of somebody you look up to who's older than you in the teenagers? Now I don't know if it's true, but I'm saying, like, if usually when they stimulate me like that, it's usually because it's for kids. Usually, sometimes they do otherwise just to mess with me. But why? This is the stimulation I get. This is the manipulation I get. It's forced onto me. You feel this weird. You force me to be feeling stimulated. Like, I can tell that my brain has been worked into something to force me to that. I don't know if they were supposed to make me be relaxed, but it's like, I can tell this is false. This is false. Even if she's an adult, this is a false. This is a false way of thinking. I'm not. This is not organically how I feel. There's no way. This thing is not. It's not enough for me to be thinking about this person in this sexual way. She's not somebody who's like. But it's forced. They're creating different feelings, sensations, stimulation that are not organic, and because with the little I've seen, it's hard to tell. I didn't get time in my brain. It takes it's no longer my like it's so hard to process things. It's so hard for me to just like be able to see, like it takes me a second to just like set and just be able to see things. There's not too long ago I was going down low. I was moving through like YouTube and there was like an ad for kids, like for like kindergarten or something like that. And as I went too fast that these kids looked like they were adults, and I look back and they're like 10 years old because my brain at this point is just so it takes a little longer to process things, to take things in and see them for what they are, not, because they're messing with my perceptions. So you have to be strong. You got to be understanding. They manipulate you and your coworkers, and this specific. Your coworkers are fully involved in that, and they know how to be involved in that fashion. I just don't let them leave there. Like I obviously say what's happening, and I ask them. That's why I start asking questions to this guy about it. And let's say, okay, let's just say that this person's an adult, because she's this person is older than this person. Is this person who's on the picture is older than my coworker? It could be that that's a picture of her when she's an adult. I don't know. I couldn't process exactly what I was saying, but I know that I'm getting perceptions that are just not naturally happening. But even if I was like, I will not get these perceptions, even if she was an adult. And so as I'm going through this testimony, as always, as in the last videos you heard me, they keep saying, um, they're gonna rape you, they're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. It's like, dude, listen, that's why this is perfect time for me to say what I need to say. Because there'll be maybe a time when I will be so much in pain that I will not be able to say those kind of things. So let me say it now and to be thankful to God that I didn't have to live their life. These people are seeing me die, right? They see me losing my life. They see me losing my mind. And there is people so delusional to forget that they are not living longer. They are living doing this. It's Friday, right? It's about to be the weekend. This is what they do. How many Fridays do you think they have? How many? Like they don't understand that. They when you are in the business of death, you should be understanding of your death. Some of them are they're so childlike minded. They don't understand that death is something they're gonna see. They think death is gonna skip them. So when they do this, I'm like, I'm glad I'm dying like this, because this is an honorable death. I'm here being somebody who is able to see things for what they are. I'm so thankful that I didn't have to live life the way they're living. They are such a losers. It's unbelievable. And they find strength in this. Listen, what's going to happen to me is going to happen to me. I'm a civilian targeted by the government in this way. This is a government entity. This is a government program. This is not just a random group of people organizing themselves to protect the community as they wanted to create the BS. No, this is a program that manipulate the people, manipulate the target individuals in these disturbing ways till they kill themselves, till they lose their mind, till something bad happens, till they. This is what it is, and they utilize contractors like this that move around the neighborhood or are part of the neighborhood that do these things till the target individual is gone, meaning dead. Wherever that target individual goes, there will be people following them. So to all my target individuals, first of all, never subscribe to these things. They try to change you into something else. They want you to accept this change. Understand this is honorable death. You could have been one of those contractors doing the things they do. Death comes to all of us, but target individual understand that you are lucky that you didn't have to live their life. So stay strong and know who you are and do not subscribe to their BS.